Hello, people. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. How have you been? This is the Precious People TV. So today I'll be speaking on how God helped me to move from a 2.5 CGPA to a 4.5 GPA. Before I move on, let me apologize. You might be hearing background noises. Please just ignore the voices, the noises as well. So I'll be sharing my experience and how God helped me. When I was planning to go into the university, I was in the secondary school, the boarding house. So we were trained but not equipped to the level at which an undergraduate needs to be instructed or informed or advised before entering into the university. Examples of the advices that I did not get was that I should change my reading system from the contemporary reading of my secondary school books to migrating to reading lecture notes. Another advice that I did not get as at that time was that I am moving from a teaching system to a lecturing system. So I should not only bank on my class notes, I should also go back to read before the class, read after the class, and also go to other textbooks and go online to add to my knowledge. I did not get all those advices. Another advice that I did not get was that there are units attached to each courses. Units are credits that you would multiply to your scores to get a CGPA, to get your cumulative scores together. So I did not know that there is something called a unit that will be multiplied to my score. So if mathematics 101 was 5 units and I scored 70, so 5 times 70 will give me my credits for the course. So I did not get that information. So when I gained admission to the university, I was just reading like the way I was reading my secondary school notes. How was I reading my secondary school notes? 2 weeks prior to the examination, I would just take my books and I'll read. Or I just glance through my notes and I am fine because I am more than average student as at that time. Another mistake that I did when I gained admission was that I only majored on the minor like GSTs, like use of library. I'm not saying that these courses are not relevant. They are only minor to the major credit unit of the university. The university that I attended had a 0 unit, in fact, for library, and I was always reading library because I found it interesting. If I had gotten advices earlier than that time that it was 0 unit and there were a unit attached ascribed to each courses, I would have probably done well. So to cut my long story short, I did my examination. Just I started reading few weeks to examination, and I only banked on the classes, the notes I had in the class. In fact, the notes were not even enough. The notes were not enough because sometimes it was just jotting we get. We don't have notes as at that time. I don't want to mention the university I attended that time. So I did my examination, results came out, and I had 2.5. I had a D in a 5 unit course. Imagine that I had been instructed, advised on what to do earlier. So how did God now help me to move to a 4.5 CGPA? I knew what to do better. I was more exposed. And thank God for the units and the church I attended. They were tutorials for us. They were 100 level symposium and seminar for us. So I was able to move from a 2.5 CGPA to a 4.5 CGPA with God's help, by knowing that I should not only bank on my school notes, I should also go back and take and climb on other people's established shoulders in the field of study. Another thing that God helped me to do was that I should not take any assignment for granted. Any test, no matter how impromptu it was, try to do it, try to attend all classes and all assignments. Another thing that helped me was that I was always reading after each classes, after each lecture. Try to pick up your note, no matter how tired you are, try to read. So in my second semester 100 level, I was not able to up myself too, because the already existing CGPA was crumbling.